Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Tall Tale, the unbelievable adventure. Honestly, that subtitle is a first for me. It was not part of the listing when I looked it up. Yeah, this is a Western. It came out in 1995. It runs about an hour and 36 minutes long, so it's your average Disney movie. What you're dealing with here is it's a very straightforward, wholesome on Disney brand, wholesome um, Western fantasy tale. You should understand that it takes place in reality, but where it's basically a boy named Daniel Hackett. It lives with his mom and dad and a baby sibling. I don't even know if it was a boy or a girl, but either way, he lives out in the West in this is post-slavery era. Um, I don't even know what era it is, but it's the Old West, and progress is making its way. And Daniel sees a horseless carriage go down the road near where they live. His parents dismiss it as just like full on fantasy. Like, come on, there's no such thing. Uh, but there's rumors of such things making their way across the country. Not the least of which other progress that's heading out that direction are trains, uh, including one by a guy named J.L. Stiles, I think is his name. J.P. Stiles. J.P. Stiles. He's a land baron who is working to get a track run through their idyllic, quiet, small community. Houses so far apart, so much land. It's in its unspoiled beauty for the most part, except for the few little houses of humans in them. But it's under threat by this land baron, and Daniel's dad, who's been a farmer for generations on that land, or at least one or two generations, because his father also toiled in that land, and is buried there. He makes that point. This land baron offers the people of that area $50 an acre for their land, and that's a generous offer for many of them because he wants to cut through that area. He doesn't want to have to go around them to build his railroad tracks because it would be more costly. Even though he's got no shortage of money, he's got this elaborately gorgeous train. Honestly, the when you look at it, it's top notch. It's the equivalent of a high end, Learjet kind of thing that you'd have today, or a yacht, that the billionaires might have. But yeah, he threatens Daniel's father, played by Stephen Lang, by the way. You know, remember him from Avatar. He was the bad guy with the mech, everything at the end, fighting the Navi. But so Stephen Lang's playing the good guy. The bad guy, J.P. Lang, J.P. Styles, sorry, is Scott Glenn, which you should know. When you hear his voice, he looks a little bit different than normal because he has long hair in this movie. But yeah, when you see him, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. He threatens the family, and the boy is ready. The boy's dad is injured by Styles' thugs in a threat to get the deed for the land. He gives it to his boy, who he says, "Don't give this to anybody. Whatever happens, you hold on to it." The kid honestly doesn't want to be a farmer anymore. He wants to move on and wants to do something else. He's bored with his life. Well, he's so bored that even when his dad is injured, he just sort of wanders off in frustration, takes a nap in a boat, and he wakes up in the middle of the desert. Something happened there. Is it a dream? Because the next thing he meets is a man named Pecos Bill, one of the legends of the Old West. Now, Pecos Bill is one of the legends that his dad used to tell him about. Even though him and his dad didn't get along a whole lot, and his dad really pushed him to work hard, and the kid just was not for it. He didn't want to be a farmer. One of the good traits Dad has is that he likes to tell the tall tales. The tall tales of the Old West, and many of them, involve the stories of Pecos Bill. And so when Pecos Bill shows up to rescue Daniel, you got to wonder, is this really happening? Does Pecos Bill exist, or is this a dream? And along the way, they run into Paul Bunyan, another big icon of the tall tales of the Old West, with his blue ox babe, and also John Henry, steel driving man. So yeah, all those guys end up sort of teaming up, Avengers style, with this boy, and that's a kind of a. When I was watching this, I realized that this is the equivalent of a movie where a kid would. Is just bored and he runs off and has a dream, maybe, that he's teamed up with Tony Stark and Steve Rogers and Thor. And suddenly, one's got a hammer. Think about it. One's got weapons. And there's no connection to Paul Bunyan. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, these guys team up, and they have an oath to not avenge necessarily, but to protect those who are weaker, and also never spit in front of a woman. So, but they team up with the boy to help him get back home, because apparently that boat floated a long way into a desert, and the adventures they go on, the boy learns about responsibility and fighting for what's right, and helping others, and well, I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, but the idea is that his life is turned around by these guys, and whether they're real or not, well, it comes to a head when they have to face off against the man who is threatening their land. So one of the fun things about this is the people who play the mythical characters. Pecos Bill is Patrick Swayze, as you can see right there. That's what Patrick Swayze looks like in 1995 in this movie. Oliver Platt, if you know who he is, he's a what else has he been in? I can't tell you right now. I could tap on it right now and search for you, but Oliver Platt plays Paul Bunyan, and he's not doesn't necessarily measure up to the legends that his dad made him out to be, and Daniel brings that up, and sort of creates a little bit of a rift between Daniel and Paul. But yeah, it creates a little bit of dramatic tension there for a little bit, but it's mostly comedic tension as well. Then there's Roger Aaron Brown, who plays John Henry. It's between the three of those guys playing iconic characters, it's pretty dang fun. So, yeehaw. I got to tell you that. I mean, I didn't expect much from this film. Just another, maybe Western cash in by Disney. But it's, again, like I said, it's wholesome. It doesn't have the edge, the kind of edgy darkness that some of the more recent Westerns have. Or even like Tombstone and things like that, or back in the day, Young Guns and Tombstone and everything else. Those are all takes on real people from history back in the West, and they weren't exactly super accurate to the way things are. This is a full-on fantasy. These are meant to be legends that show up in this kid's life and help him on a mission, on a change in his life, basically, to stand up for what's right. And even when everybody else is giving up around him. So whether they were real or not, well, let's watch the end of the movie to see if that's the case. But yeah, I think it's a fun little film. It surprised me. One of my favorite things is a little cameo by Catherine O'Hara, who played Calamity Jane, a little bit more sober than she appears in like a show like Deadwood, which is not a Disney thing. But yeah, Calamity Jane shows up in here as played by Catherine O'Hara, and that is one of my favorite little bits because she's got a grudge to hold against Pecos Bill. So yeah, these legends aren't exactly measuring up to who everybody thought they were, but they are still legends. So I can't say it enough. It's fun. It's an unexpected delight that I honestly did not expect to see coming. And it's worth checking out. If you like Westerns and you haven't seen one that's just fun, and yeah, is worth checking out. Tall Tale on Disney Plus. It's a neat little surprise. So we're gonna pick tomorrow's Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Let's see what we got. 236. Ooh, the 200s. I know that area. 236. So it's not what I thought it was going to be. But hey, keeping with my tendency to get sequels before the original, and considering I have not seen the original of this, although I know about it, 236 is High School Musical 3, senior year. Now, yeah. Yeah. Normally I get the number 2. I usually get the sequel, the second film in the series. Well, now I'm going to watch 3. With 2 movies worth of history that I've never seen. Plus, this... Was this a series also? Wasn't this a series? No, I guess it was a movie. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. There's a series that takes place, that was just launched with Disney Plus, that takes place later. But that's based on the movies that, yeah, whatever, I know. We're watching High School Musical 3. I knew we were going to get around to this at some point, and here we are. High School Musical 3, senior year, on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow, and we'll talk about it.